So my name is Jodie Whitehurst and I'm an English as an additional language teacher, also known as EAL teacher, at the Williamstown Community and Education Centre. So I teach adults of a great age range who are learning English for their everyday life or to get a job. And I've been teaching here now for about 7.5 years. So for my fellowship, I was researching the benefits and the best practice of using drama techniques to teach English as an additional language to adults. And I was very interested in this because my former job was working as a secondary school teacher. I taught drama and theatre studies as well as teaching English, but not English as an additional language. So when I came into the adult English as an additional language sector, I was really keen to use these techniques, these drama techniques, but in a way that were relevant and helpful for adult learners who were trying to learn a language rather than trying to learn drama. And so I had been looking for some time in Australia to find professional development that combined these fields of language learning and drama, and I couldn't find anything. All I could really find were books and online resources. But I started to realise that there was quite a big community of people, a growing community, particularly in Europe, of people who use this style, which is also known as performative language teaching. So one thing that I really gained from going overseas and having this experience was getting a network, becoming part of a network of practitioners who have this same drive and passion to use these techniques, and seeing the different ways that they use it. So I went to so many workshops and so many keynote presentations, as well as having interviews with people and seeing the many different ways that people use drama or theatre or music to bring out these learning outcomes, language learning outcomes for learners, but also other skills as well. So I was really looking at employability skills and how so many of these drama activities build skills like teamwork, communication, problem solving, all of those skills that we want to incorporate into our EAL teaching. When our students are having a good time in class and they're laughing, and it can really, there's a lot of research that shows this can break down anxiety levels, that students stop worrying about, if I say something, will it be wrong? Because everyone's already laughing and having a good time. People tend to relax and let go a little bit more, and I think I really see that in the work that I'm doing with my students. To date, I think I've been back a couple of months and I've run 6 workshops already. So one was for the staff in my workplace. I've run a workshop through VicTESOL, through VALBEC, which is the Victorian Adult Literacy and Basic Education Council. So I did a half-day workshop for them. I presented at the VicTESOL Symposium as well as doing another workshop, and I was also asked to run workshops at Melbourne University for 2 different master's courses. Having just finished at Melbourne University myself before I went away, I worked with the Masters of TESOL students and the Masters of Teaching students, so trying to get in there at university level as well when people are learning to be teachers, to give them these ideas and plant the seed of this being a really valid and really useful technique for teaching. Yeah, the session I did last week was sold out very quickly and people are asking for more, so it's obviously something, as I found there was a gap here. There are people in Australia who've been researching this, but I wasn't able to find any professional development, particularly in the adult sector. A lot of the books I found were focused on school children, and adults do learn differently, although there are of course similarities. So yeah, it's been exciting to see that momentum building and other people being interested, because I became part of a community in Europe, which is very exciting, but now I want to bring back that sense of collaboration here. And 2.5 years ago I went to a professional development session run through VicTESOL by Liz Keenan and Margaret Corrigan on teaching pronunciation, which was a fantastic session, and they mentioned in the session that they had found out a lot of these techniques through having an ISSI fellowship, and my jaw just hit the floor. I was like, what is this fellowship? That sounds amazing. And I already had it in my mind that I wanted to learn more about drama techniques in language learning, so I wrote it down. What did you say? What was it called? Wrote it down, and that was a really strong goal from that moment. I think I went home that night and wrote down, one day I'm going to get one of these fellowships. So it was a really big goal for me. I was more than motivated and it was amazing. Everything just seemed to fall into place. The serendipity of everything just worked so well for me. Everything lined up beautifully and I was able to do everything I wanted. So I felt extremely lucky. Amazing opportunity. I did describe the application as a labour of love. It was exciting. I put a lot of time into it, but it was really exciting because I just felt that what I what I was proposing was relevant and worthwhile, and it came out quite easily because, yeah, and also I'd been doing a lot of research. I would definitely say go for it. I know that I thought about putting it off for a couple of years, in terms of when would be the right time for my family, when would be, and of course you have to choose a time that's right, but you're not going to lose anything by going for it, and you can always apply for them again if you miss out. But I think, like a lot of things in life, if you want something enough, when I first heard about it, to be honest, I thought, wow, imagine getting one of those fellowships, and I couldn't imagine myself getting one at first, but I just wanted it so much. So I just had to convince myself that what I was proposing was just as valid as what anyone else was, and that if I didn't get one, that's okay. Definitely worth going for, because it's a really incredible, I don't think anyone would ever regret doing one of these fellowships. And it's really exciting to be able to share your knowledge with people who are interested when you get back. I couldn't recommend it highly enough.